Hi, I'm Joe Freeman here with Bretz RV and Marine. Today I'm excited to show you this 2021 Coachmen Prism Select. It's one of the best bang for your buck motorhomes on the market. First things first is going to be this front cap right here. So a lot of Class Bs, especially B pluses in this price range, are going to have a square multi-piece fiberglass front cap. So with this, it's a solid fiberglass front cap. It's all one piece. And it's also more aerodynamic. So you do have that aerodynamic cowl. So it's going to cut down on road noise and it's going to cut down on sway. So if you're in a heavy crosswind, you're going to be doing a lot better. Also, if you notice, it is seamless. A lot of Class B pluses in this price range, they're going to have a seam here, a seam there, and anywhere you have a seam is a place for water intrusion. Next is going to be the Azdel Construction. So most RVs use a LUAM for your backers. So you're gonna have a backer behind the fiberglass and you're gonna have a backer in between the paperboard and the block foam insulation. So normally if you ever go into an RV and it kind of smells like a morgue, that's because LUAM is a formaldehyde infused plywood. So eventually that formaldehyde off gases and the water repulsion properties of that LUAM go down with it. So with the Azdel, it's a completely chemically inert plastic, meaning it'll never mildew, mold, or rot, and it will never absorb moisture. So that's the nice thing about Azdel is you don't have to worry about that formaldehyde smell, especially if you have lung issues, and the chances of delamination over time because it will never absorb water are greatly mitigated. So most floors in RVs are going to be residential grade laminate. So it's going to be 2-ply and paper backed. So the problem is that paper in the warm summer months are going to absorb moisture, and then the winter times it freezes and splits. It's one of the main reasons you get cracks in your flooring. So the product that Prism uses is going to be a product called Congolium. So the cool thing about Congolium versus regular residential grade laminate, Congolium is 2.5 times thicker. So instead of being 2-ply, it's going to be 7-ply. And then instead of being paper backed, it's polyurethane backed. So the polyurethane actually acts as a moisture barrier versus moisture absorber that you'd find in the paper backing. So you have a 7-year warranty on this floor against any cold cracks or tears because of it. Prism also uses full aluminum construction, so there is not a wood stressed support on this coach. So a couple things you get when you go to aluminum, you're going to save weight, so they're 20 to 30% lighter for the same length. They're going to be less vibrations in the coach as well, and they just last longer over time, so you don't have to worry about moisture quite as much as you do with a wood construction. So you're going to get a smoother, quieter ride, and you're going to get better fuel economy as well. Another nice feature here that a lot of people overlook, you think countertops are all built the same. Well, they're absolutely not in the RV world. So what a lot of manufacturers do is they're going to have a 2-piece or sometimes even a 3-piece countertop, where the top part of your counter is going to be separate from the trim, and you always have that little T molding right here. Well, if you've ever owned a camper, you definitely have that struggle where that little T molding piece will always absorb water and it'll split and bow out. It's just a matter of time until that happens. So with this, it's a thermomold countertop. So this countertop is all one piece, so there's no place for water to get in and eventually split your countertop. And last but not least, I gotta show you this camera system. So on a lot of RVs in this price range, you're lucky if you even get a rear view camera. So having both side view cameras is definitely a nice benefit to have. So they'll automatically turn. So right now I'm indicating left. The left camera will automatically turn on. Same thing when I indicate right. Now when I cancel my indicators, it's going to give you your standard 4-picture mode. So you can have your auxiliary. If you had a secondary camera, say on a trailer that you're pulling behind this thing, you'll have that show up. So you have the option of having all 4 cameras displayed at one time, or you can force select individual cameras depending on the maneuver you're trying to make. Again, my name is Joe Freeman with Bretz RV. Thanks for stopping by, taking the time to watch this video. If you have any other questions or are interested in this guy, feel free to take a look at bretzrv.com.